I was gonna ask and follow up because regarding what you said before about not learning anything from praise, but more from critique. So kind of a two-parter. One, is that something you got from the military? And two, for people who feel like when they get critique, they just immediately shut down, because I know that I've, in certain circumstances, have been like that before, you know? And I've heard other people say like, yeah, I don't want to do the marketing because this person came back to me with this negative reply. And I'm like, well, what was the negative reply? And I'm like, well, that doesn't sound that bad, but it doesn't matter. Like their emotional state is like, oh, that's awful. I can't do it now. What would you, so where did that come from? And what would you say to them about that?
The discipline comes from the military for sure. The things that I gained from the military, look, I got a lot more from them than they got from me. But the things that I learned, I'll never need an alarm clock after you've had drill instructors wake you up. But the I can get up and do anything at any time. Like if you told me right now I had to get up and go, climb that wall, I would say, okay, we're climbing that wall now. So I'm an energetic and a motivated person. However, what I said earlier about the judgment and the fear still can fight that and try to tamp your creativity down because you're worried. So I think the answer to your second question is, taking notes is an art. I think what we all have to remember is that if someone's giving you feedback, if someone's giving you notes, you've asked for that. That's one of the things we used to say in the Marine Corps when things were awful and we're marching in mud and it's raining and we're hungry and we're tired and there's no end in sight. We had a little song that included the line, "This is what you asked for. You signed up for exactly this and said, please let me do that." So if you've asked someone to read a script or review your audition before you send it in, you need to put yourself psychologically in a place for those notes. Now, listen to them. They're going to be hard. Again, it's personal. If they're giving you notes on your writing and they're like, I don't really understand this first act, this character isn't clear, the humor isn't coming through, or what even does your character want? Some of the basic things that you think you're going to answer and you haven't answered, well, your spine's going to bristle and you're going to immediately want to lash back out. I get it, but you have to just step back and look at it and take those notes objectively. First, take the notes with gratitude because that person took time out of their day to read your script and note your script. And your script may be a piece of shit and they're still willing to sit down. I'm sorry if we can't cuss.
No, you can let fly.
To give you to give you some feedback. We owe that person our grace and dignity in taking their notes. Notes should go to a conversation. If someone gives you a note, whether it's somebody from the studio or your writing coach or your mom, whoever gives you those notes, sometimes it's okay to ask for the note behind the note. Help me understand that note. Those are better responses. And if that's what it takes to get you in that frame of mind to be more receptive, go ahead and ask those questions and sort through it. If you're having feelings, keep your feelings, but let them know that you do want to understand their note. You don't have to take the note. Part of the art of taking notes is not only being gracious to the note giver, it's also being responsible to your own story and honoring your own skills as a writer to decide what note you don't want to take. I don't take every note. I don't take every note, but I make sure that every note is heard.